Alright, what's going on, guys? Trip back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be part 2 for the Q&A answer segment. So last time we left off, pretty good way. It was a pretty long video, almost 30 minutes. This video I'm going to try to go through it quicker. I've deleted duplicate questions, that kind of stuff. And let's get right into it. So the first question, also I won't be mentioning who asked the questions because there's just so many. And I may have to do a part 3 for this, but I'm going to try to do it all in this one. So we'll see how it goes. The first question for this part is, how was high school? High school was good for me. I did like high school quite a bit. I took gym every year throughout all the 4 years. I got done on time. I didn't have to come back for any credits or anything. I enjoyed. I took a lot of computer classes, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, high school was great. Obviously, I think high school is a fun time for everybody. It's an exciting time because in high school you're doing everything for the first time. You get your license to drive. Maybe you drive your parents' car, and it's just there's a lot of exciting stuff. It gets better as you go. At the beginning, it's not that great because I think elementary school people are just generally nicer. You get into high school, and everyone tries to be cool, quote unquote cool. A lot of people get into drugs and stuff. So it gets better as you go, I think. And by grade 12, I loved grade 12. I thought it was a lot of fun. Almost as fun as college, and in some ways more fun than college because you get to hang out with your friends more. Something that as you get older, if you're, trying to be successful and really working hard at your career and stuff, as you get older, you can't spend as much time with your friends as when you're in high school. So I think the nice thing about high school is that everybody really gets to spend a lot of time with their friends, and people aren't too busy. People don't have kids yet. People don't work 40 or 50 hours a week, and it's easier to to maintain friendships and to spend a lot more time with your friends than you can later on. Later on, you have your spouse, and most people have a few friends, but if you're working 50 or 60 hours a week, you won't be able to spend that much time with friends, and that's just how it is. So high school, for that reason, I think was, for me, it was excellent. You guys can write in the comments how you felt high school was for you. Next question, do you watch hockey? I don't anymore. I played hockey for 6 years. Used to be really into it because in Canada, when you grow up, you have to play hockey. In the States, you play football or whatever, basketball maybe, but in Canada, you play hockey. Okay. I played hockey for a long time, really loved it a lot, and when I got into high school, I stopped playing. I played right up until high school, pretty much. Favorite team, I don't follow. I don't watch. I'm not a spectator of hockey. I just, I like playing. I don't like watching as much. Some things you like doing, you don't necessarily like watching. Hockey is one of them. This is a good question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how nerdy am I? Well, this is a question I go on about for a while because the concept of nerdy doesn't fit in the real world. It's a stereotype. I am very athletic. Like I said, I took gym class all 4 years in high school. In grade 12, we had a basketball tournament with 50 guys, and I was 3rd place, and I'm not even 6 foot. So I am very athletic. I can bench just under 300 right now. I did bench about 6 to 8 months ago. I was benching 300 pounds, free weight, no machines. Right now, I probably do about 270, 280 because you kind of have to be in an anabolic state, training a bunch to really maximize and do the best you can. But if I was to train for another 2 months, I could get back to benching about 300. Running, I don't know right now if I can run a 6-minute mile or not. I might be able to. It's kind of hard to say. You kind of have to try it and see, because even sometimes you might feel fat in your life, but then you go and you try it and you might do it. It depends. It's hard to say. So in terms of nerdiness, I'm athletic, so it doesn't, it's like, okay, yeah, I collect action figures, I'm nerdy, I have a YouTube channel, I love comic books and that kind of stuff, so in that way I'm nerdy. But in terms of athleticism and stuff, and would you want to push me around, most guys wouldn't want to push me around. Unless you weigh about 240 or you have experience fighting or as a mixed martial artist and this kind of stuff, you wouldn't want to fight me because, it's going to be close even if you beat me, and I'm going to land pretty good. So, in terms of being, like nerdy and geeky and pushed around stuff, I am a computer tech, but again, yeah, like I said, if you try to jump me or something, I'm going to land on you. I guarantee at least once or twice, or take you down or something. So nerdy, again, I don't fit a stereotype because I'm athletic at the same time, so it doesn't work. And I'm social too, as you can see from listening to me speak. Um, I have no trouble making friends with people, being social with people. I'm not an introvert, so it's a stereotype. And plus, two, if there's something in your life that you don't like, work on it, make it better. I'm that type of person. When I was in grade like 9 or 10, maybe, I might have had a little trouble socializing. So I worked at it and I got better at it. And then, it's just that's the way I am in life. You're not good at something, change it, work at it. So that to me doesn't fit in terms of nerdy. It depends how you define nerdy. In some ways, yes, but because I'm athletic, most people would probably say no, I'm not nerdy. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say, from my own perspective, maybe 3 or 4 because of what my interests are. But again, it doesn't fit. What's your favorite food? My favorite food, I have a lot of protein shakes. I wouldn't say that's my favorite food, but I have like 2 or 3 protein shakes a day. My favorite food would probably be pizza, but I almost never eat it just because it's bad for you. Maybe I'll have pizza maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. No, not once a week. Once every 2 weeks or so. Pizza would probably be my favorite food. What got you in The Walking Dead? The comic book. I heard the comic book was really good. I love zombie stories. I love zombie movies. I checked it out. I loved it. I got right into it after that. Do you have any brothers or sisters? I have 3 sisters. No brothers, unfortunately. Wish I did, but I didn't. So I had a lot of friends when I was growing up instead of brothers. Who's your favorite UFC fighter, champs, matchups, best KO? Yeah, this is a loaded question. Favorite fighter, Fedor for sure. Favorite fight ever, Brett Rogers versus Fedor. Best KO ever, Brett Rogers versus Fedor. How old am I? I'm 25. How The Walking Dead is going to end. I did a video on this, so you can go check that on how I think it will end. Great detail in that video. What happens when The Walking Dead TV show overtakes the comic book? Well, will they end it? Well, if it even gets to that point, I mean, it doesn't matter because they're going to make the TV show its own interpretation. So it doesn't matter if it catches up or not. They'll just do their own thing with it. If it catches up to it in terms of story, okay, they'll go their own route and do something totally different. Each version is going to be its own interpretation. So a video game be an interpretation, comic book different, TV show different. They'll all be different. It won't matter. And I think they'll get more off track next season. I want them to get more off track from the comic book and do less of what's in the comic book. Out of the 4 Avengers in the movie, who do you think would win in a fight? And how do you think? Well, the Hulk would beat the rest, I think, pretty easily. How do you think Merle Dixon will die in The Walking Dead? Maybe by Daryl's hand or by the governor or one of those characters. Do I like Eminem? Yes, I like Eminem and I respect Eminem. He is a true artist in terms of writing and a genius at what he does. I'm not a huge guy that's into rap, but I think anybody who's intelligent has to respect Eminem. I mean, the guy is a genius at his craft. Okay. Absolute genius. I don't know how you couldn't respect Eminem. I think he's brilliant. You got to respect his intelligence for sure. What do you think of Marvel Comics character Blob? And do you have the Marvel Legends Blob bath of him? Do I have the bath? I do have the bath of him. Yep. And I think he's a cool character. I love all the mutants. They're a lot of fun. Do I play any sports? Well, as I said before, growing up, I played every sport in the book. I went to basketball camps. I played basketball all growing up, all the time outside. Every day I was shooting baskets or playing with my friends at school. I played hockey for, like I said, 6 years, long time. I tried wrestling in high school, but then I got a job and it wasn't working for me because I had to walk home and my school was like an hour away from me. So I didn't stick with that, but did get a little experience wrestling from that. I was in karate for 4 years. You can consider that to be a sport, I guess, martial art, really. I played soccer a little bit at camps and stuff. And what else? I played more sports than that. I know I did. I played everything and always took gym. And I'm a very active type person. I love doing all that kind of stuff. Football, I love football. I never played in the school team though, because again, I lived too far away from school. I had to take the bus. I couldn't get a ride. My parents wouldn't drive me, so that kind of sucked in that regard. If I play any now though, I just weight train now and go for runs. That's it. I can't get a set schedule. My job, I have to have open availability for my job. I cannot have like Thursday nights at 8, I play sports or whatever. I can't do it, period. My job doesn't allow me to, unfortunately. Every job has goods and bads. I get to work from home, but again, my schedule has to be open, so can't do it. I wish I could. If I could play a sport, what sport would I play? I think for me, the most fun sport would probably be hockey. Hockey's a lot of fun. When you get good at it and you learn to stop on both sides, you learn to sort of use your momentum and everything and checking it. Hockey's a lot of fun. What's your favorite creature feature? I don't know what that means, creature feature. I think he means like a monster movie. My favorite monster movie would probably be like, it probably wouldn't even be a monster movie at all. It'd probably be like, I like in Hellsing, Alucard. He's sort of like Dracula, but he's like an anime form. I think he's pretty cool. He's a monster, so I guess I consider him. Sorry to go over and above. I know that question was supposed to be simple. What sorts of direction should the Walking Dead comic take, in your opinion? Well, I think that the reason why we followed Rick all this time in the future of the comic book will be because he becomes something special and he creates a huge community and starts to actually do some impressive things, like maybe a community of thousands of people or hundreds to thousands of people. He's sort of like not a chosen one, but he's going to be that strong leader that, I hope anyway, I think. I mean, that's why we'd be following him all this time, wouldn't we? I hope so. I think that's what he has in mind. What did you think of the Green Lantern live-action movie? I actually never watched it. I intended to. Jess wouldn't go see it with me. It got horrible ratings and reviews, so I never saw it. I know that sounds bad, but it just to me looked like shit, so I didn't bother. I was like, oh, I'm not going to watch this, I just decided not to. Hey, Trev, I've known for a while now. What do you think of the Star Wars movies? I've seen quite a few of your videos, and you never mentioned it. I'm just wondering. Yeah, this is a couple of people have asked me this. I love Star Wars. I think it's great. Now, granted, I'm not huge into Star Wars like I am with The Walking Dead and stuff like that. But I think Star Wars is great. I mean, it's a lot of fun. You can't really take it too seriously. It's technically not the best written stuff ever. But for its time, the original trilogy was amazing. And I like my favorite out of the whole franchise is actually Episode 3, the one that was most recently made. I thought it was awesome. I loved it. I love how Hayden Christensen, plays Darth Vader and becomes Darth Vader in that movie. A lot of people hate it. They think he's really whiny and stuff, but I look at it more as like he's sort of being influenced by the Emperor and his abilities and manipulated, and it's just like, I think it fits, and his performance is not that bad. So yeah, I love Star Wars. I just never really thought to do any videos on it. Maybe I will eventually, but I hate Star Trek. I love Star Wars. I hate Star Trek. I shouldn't say I hate it, but I'm just not a big fan of Star Trek. This guy says, you like Blink 182. How do you feel about Angels and Airwaves? Yeah, I liked Angels and Airwaves too. I thought The Adventure was a great song. They had a couple other ones too, but I like to see that Blink is back together again now, and they've solved their problems and are back and good to go. One question, Trevor, you partnered with YouTube? Yes, I'm partnered with YouTube through this account, and my other two I am not. Yeah. What do you say at the start of each of your videos? This is a question actually I got a couple times. I don't know. I guess I say it pretty fast, but I think you could always replay it. I say, hey, what's up, guys? It's Trev back again, here to bring you another video. So I know I say it fast, but I don't know. I can hear it. I think it's legible when I listen to it. It sounds good to me. Slipknot, do you like them? Yeah, I like Slipknot. I love Wait and Bleed. I love Before I Forget. They got a lot of great songs. To work out to, I have about 4 or 5 of their songs in my MP3 player. It's pretty good stuff. I like Slipknot, always have. I also like, what's the other band called of, was it Jonathan? I forget the lead singer's name. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking too much. I can't. Whatever. I'm not going to think. It'll waste too much time. You guys know what I'm talking about. His other band is good too. How did Glenn not see Sophia in the barn? Well, she's small, And, like he didn't really, like, he just got shocked and scared. He didn't really like look around like, okay, who's in there? Let me look below. Let me look. He just kind of glanced and he's like, and he got the hell out of there, He didn't see everybody who was in there. She's small. She could have been hiding in a corner somewhere, like, being all zombified and stuff. What do you think about Muse? I like Muse, but I'm not a huge fan. I will listen to them. They're cool, but I wouldn't download their stuff or anything or buy their CDs. This guy says, I actually have two questions of you in regards to the previous X-Men series and the current X-Men First Class film series. Why do you think Fox Studios and Marvel always use Magneto as the principal villain for both film series when the X-Men is such a huge assortment of villains to choose from? And which villain would you have liked to see Fox replace Magneto in X-Men 2 First Class, Second Class? Not sure what they will call the sequel. Okay. Yes, that is something that infuriates me too. The first two films, it was fine to have Magneto in. The third film, you sort of had the Phoenix in there. You don't always have to have Magneto in an X-Men film. He doesn't have to be there. You could, I mean, there's so many, but the one that I would pick right off the bat, right away, for like, let's say they did an X-Men 4 or X-Men First Class 2, Apocalypse. Yeah, come the Apocalypse. Why wouldn't you go that route? It just, to me, it's like, he's an ideal movie bad guy. Ideal. He's perfect. Let me look at my shelf. Who else we got? There's lots of guys. Multiple Man could have been used better. Sauron could have been used, at any time. Archangel could have been cool with Apocalypse. There's so many, man. Mojo sucks. I wouldn't go with Mojo. Bishop, Time. They could have done things with Time. Like have Apocalypse and do something with Time, that kind of stuff. I mean, there's so many options. I hate that they always use Magneto. It annoys me to no end. They should stop doing it, period. Thoughts on boy bands? I don't like boy bands. There's one boy band, though. I forget what they're called. They're pretty popular right now. They've got one song that it sort of borders on like boy band song and club music. I don't think it's too bad. I forget what they're called. Glad You Came is the name of the song. It's not too bad, but it's kind of boy bandish, and I'm like, I don't know. Part of me is like, it's okay, but then on the other hand, it's gay. I don't know. It's all right. It's okay, I guess. I think you may like Breaking Benjamin. I do. I do. Try them. I do. I like Breaking Benjamin. They're good. I think they're fine. I'm just not a huge fan. I do think they're good, though. How'd you meet your girlfriend? Actually, me and Jess been together a long time, man. We met when I was like my first year of college. Just going out and have fun with friends a lot. Met her through a friend. He was dating or seeing her sister, and I met her that way. Yeah, we've been together a long time, so it's been great, fantastic. A music question: what's your opinion of Eminem and Lil Wayne? Well, I said I think Eminem's a genius. Lil Wayne obviously is very talented too, or he wouldn't sell so many records. Do I like his style? I don't. He does have some. I do like some of his rhymes, though. I think they're pretty genius, and I listen to them after. I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. I don't know how he came up with that, but a lot of it's a little derogatory. I don't know about that guy. He sings about chicks a lot and about vages and stuff, and I shouldn't say sing. He raps about vages. That just never works. You can't do it. You know what I mean? Like that just. To me, it never works. To some people, I don't know, maybe there's some hood rich chicks out there like, I love Lil Wayne. I love when he sings or he raps about vages. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't like Lil Wayne very much. I respect him, but I don't. I'm not a fan of his work. If The Walking Dead was real, would you go with Shane or Rick? Well, I like Shane better, but I'd have to go with Rick because Shane's a bit of a hothead, and Shane is an alpha male. And I'm an alpha male, and it wouldn't work. Yeah, I'd probably just kill him after I find out. I'd probably kill him before he kills me. So how does that go? Yeah, I go with Rick. But again, like I said, I'm an alpha. So, if you're in a system where you have to follow the leader, then you would. But if it's a small group, I don't know. I'd probably want to go out my own way. I like to do things on my own, hence why I started this YouTube channel. I'm an alpha, so I don't like in second rank. I don't like... I'm always competitive, so that's why with YouTube I started my own thing is because I like to do stuff on my own. So I'd probably leave the group and go off on my own, start my own group, and that's it. Like I said, I'm just kind of alpha. I got to accept that. It's inside. It's subconscious. I recognize it. I target it, and in my mind I associate the the trait with it because it's there. I can't help it. It's just who I am. Well, I could help it. I could change it if I wanted to, but it's good. That's why I work so much and I work so hard. It's because I'm damn competitive. That's how it is. So it wouldn't work. I wouldn't be able to be part of the group. I'd have to go out on my own. I wouldn't be able to stay with them. Maybe for a little while. Maybe bring one of the chicks along with me if I was single. Don't tell Jess I said that. I'm just kidding. She wouldn't care anyway. Who would win in a fight to the death? Comic Rick, TV Shane, or oh my God, you're confusing me here, dude. Who would win in a fight to the death? Rick would. He's the main character. He'll always win. I'm moving on from that one. Who would win? Literally, maybe Shane, but Rick will always win because he's the main character. Do you like video games? Halo series. I love Halo, but it's not really out for computers, so I don't really play it. I can't play first-person shooters on consoles. It drives me nuts. It's like I want to grab a mouse and get that accuracy. You just don't have the same accuracy with a controller as you do with a mouse. It's just totally, you can't even compare. That's why consoles have auto lock, because there's no the control is not there. There's not that precise control. And also the rendering, if you're playing a shooting game, let's say like Call of Duty or something, and you're sniping a guy on the other side of the map, on a computer, you can see a pixel. If that person like peeks a little bit, you'll see them there on a computer. On a console, playing over the internet, all kinds of shit can happen. Glitches and all kinds of stuff. Hate it. Who would be the victor? Batman Beyond in his prime? Or Bruce Wayne? Batman's Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne, of course. Bruce Wayne's a bad mother effer. He beat almost anybody except overpowered guys. Did you like X-Men First Class in the Green Lantern movies? Please answer. Well, I boycotted X-Men First Class. I did a video boycott about it. Wasn't my idea originally, but I did because I thought it was just a stupid idea. It actually turned out to be pretty good. I didn't go see it in theaters. I downloaded it later on because of the boycott stuff. It wasn't that bad. It seemed like it was going to be really bad before it came out, but it turned out to be pretty good. I don't hate the film. Green Lantern, like I said, I haven't seen it. Top 3 guilty pleasures movie-wise. I don't know. Like, I'm pretty straightforward when it comes to movies and stuff. Maybe some movies that I like that I probably shouldn't. I don't know, man. I like Twilight. No, I don't. I can't even say that with a straight face. I don't know, man. I don't know. Who are top 5 favorite MMA fighters of all time? Well, I could do a video about it. Number 1 would be Fedor. Number 2 would probably be, I don't know, man. Like Ken Shamrock could be up there. Anderson Silva might be up there, but I hated him at a time when he was being ridiculous sometimes. I don't know. I'd have to think about it quite a bit, but Fedor would definitely be number 1 on there. Alistair Overeem, but he's doing juice, so that takes him out of the list. I don't know. There's a lot of great fighters. Brock Lesnar might actually be one of them, just because he's so exciting to watch, and I think he's funny because like there's that one time he was coming down to the cage, and there was like a police officer trying to move fans' hands out of the way. Brock comes down, and the officer like bumps into him. Brock pushes the cop, like pushes him like this. You can see it on YouTube. He pushes him like that. He's like on the way to the cage. I'm like, that's a badass MFer. If he just pushed a cop, I love that. That's sick. And the cop's like a third of his size. He's just fucking one arms. I love that. So there's a lot of great fighters. I'd have to think more about it. If you could change one event in the Walking Dead TV show, what would it be? And if you could choose how Joffrey would die in Game of Thrones, how would you kill him? I'd have Arya stab Joffrey in the eyeball. And if I could change an event in the Walking Dead show, I wouldn't have Dale die. He'd still be alive. But again, the actor didn't want to do it. So, do you like 3 Days Grace? Yes, I do. Do I like the Rolling Stones? No, I don't. Have I ever seen the show The Killing? No, I haven't. Have you ever watched Lost? No, I haven't. Are you a fan of The Office? Haven't watched it. I don't watch British shows, really. Are you a fan of Seinfeld, The Big Bang Theory? I'm not big into comedy, so no. But I like if I watch them, I think they're funny. I'm not really that big into it. Do you enjoy the show The Walking Dead? No, I hate The Walking Dead. Of course I love The Walking Dead. Don't be ridiculous. What about Yu-Gi-Oh? I used to like Yu-Gi-Oh. I actually have some cards from back when I was like younger, when it was pretty big. I have Exodia. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And some dragons and stuff. I haven't sold them, but I don't think they're worth anything. But I used to like it. But I think it's been dead for a long time, I don't think it's still on. Wolverine versus the Hulk, who wins and why? I want to say Wolverine because I love Wolverine, but I think you have to go with the Hulk. I mean, unfortunately, but I do like Wolverine more than the Hulk, but I think you gotta choose the Hulk. Doomsday versus the Hulk. Well, Doomsday went toe-to-toe with Superman, almost beat him. That's tough to say. I think everybody would say the Hulk, but I think actually when you look at it, I think Doomsday actually would win. If you think about it, I mean, yeah, I think he would. But again, sometimes people can't get over their biases and popularity and stuff. Do I like Star Wars figures? I have a couple. I do like them, but I like 6-inch better than the small, 3 3/4 inch. But I do like them too. Thanos versus Darkseid. Darkseid for sure. Darkseid mops the floor with Thanos. Thanos is okay, but Darkseid's a monster. I love Darkseid. He's sick. What is your favorite TV show of all time? The Walking Dead. If The Walking Dead, LOL. What is your second? I think I'd have to go with either Justice League, the cartoon, or X-Men, the animated series from the early 90s. Love that show. The Turtles cartoons were good. Batman Beyond was amazing. Batman, the animated series, was bananas. The shit's bananas. What else? There's a lot of good television shows. What else have I been amped for over the years? Game of Thrones is really good too. It'd have to be up there. I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much all. That's pretty much all there is to it. Now I think about it, I've got all of the X-Men animated series on DVD. I got to review that. So that'd probably be number 2 since I bought the whole thing. I didn't buy the others. So that tells me right there from the fact that I actually bought it that I like it that much. So yeah, X-Men the animated series would be number 2 from the early 90s. Not Evolution. Not Evolution. I don't like Evolution very much. Linkin Park and Hollywood Undead for their sad songs. I don't know if that's a question, more of a comment. I do like Hollywood Undead too, but I think it's weird that they're banned. I know they're trying to fulfill an image, but they all wear masks like Slipknot, and if you look at them, they're all like these really super skinny dweeby white kids from, and they sing such like hard music. They're like, yeah, we're hard, and I'm like, but I don't know, man. Like, those are the type of guys that carry knives on them or carry guns on them and act like they're hard. When in reality, it's like, okay, put that away, and now let's see how hard you are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't respect like guys that act like that. Like, they act so hard and stuff. And it's like, dude, you don't look like you could bench press 110 pounds. You really don't. So, and then they wear masks and they try. I think they're just doing it to sell records because they don't. Without their masks, they just look like a bunch of nerdy guys. So I don't know. I like Hollywood Undead's music, but in terms of their image, I gotta lose respect for them that they wear those masks and try to act hard and stuff, and their songs are all like super hard and shit and all that. And I'm just like, okay, like I could probably take 3 of you at the same time, or I don't know. It's just I don't like guys like that who have to put on a facade. You guys know from my channel, I am as real as it gets. Somebody asked me last time, what is your name? And I'm like, it's Trevor. That's my name. You know what I mean? I am genuine, okay? I don't really like or respect fake people that have to wear masks or have to do shit like that. It's the same thing with all these extras I have behind me. People come to my channel every day and troll me for that. But do you think I'm going to change it just because they troll me? No. Eventually, I'm going to change the way this room is just to get some variety. Maybe I'll put this against the wall and put a backdrop with a color down just to be more professional. But I'm real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am 100% real. And people who wear masks and stuff, for me, I'm like, what are you trying to do? You're trying to act hard or something. You're trying to act cool. Anyway, let's finish this up. I'm almost done. So, good taste in music. Are you coming to Comic-Con? I can't ever. It's too far away. I'm in Canada. I'd have to fly there. It would cost me too much money, and I can't get the time off work really for vacation. It just wouldn't. I just can't do it. I would love to. Can't do it. Do you actually do MMA? If so, what are your base styles? Well, I do have a heavy bag. I do train with weights, and like I said, I am athletic. I was in karate for a long time. I wrestled. Always like to wrestle with friends and do submission wrestling and that kind of stuff. Do I actually practice and train weekly? No, I don't. Do I watch and know all kinds of different techniques? Yes, I do. Could I use them? Yeah, but I wouldn't be like like fast twitch right away. You know what I mean? Like drill. Like I haven't drilled them. I respect the drilling process. I know about the drilling process, so I can't honestly sit here and say that I've drilled all these different techniques and stuff, and that I'm 100% because my body, in my mind, I know what to do, but I'd have to fine tune it and drill everything to compete in a cage. But could I do it? Yeah, I could. I just first of all, there's no money in it. Not from where I am in Canada. There's no money in it. I don't really feel like moving to Las Vegas or something. And not only that, but I went to school for 6 years. I worked really hard on my career path now. I wouldn't want to switch or something. I mean, everything's going too well for me to want to do stuff like that. Just for fun. Nobody do people fight for fun? Well, I can say that I do sort of have fun fighting, but it's kind of like to fight, but it's kind of like, I don't know. It depends. I mean, nobody likes getting their ass kicked. The competition's fun, but nobody's like, oh yeah, that was fun, get my ass kicked. So if it's competitive, like wrestling and that kind of stuff, yeah, that's a lot of fun because you don't get busted up. But if you get in a fight, you really get your ass kicked. That's no fun. Nobody likes that. And getting your tooth, like going to the dentist hurts, period. Getting teeth knocked out and stuff and having to get posts put in your mouth and all that shit, nobody likes that stuff. And the thing is with MMA is that if you choose to go that route, no matter how good you are, it's going to happen sooner or later. Like even John Jones is beating everybody right now. Give it 4 or 5 years. If he's still fighting at the top level, he'll have stuff too. He'll break stuff. Actually, didn't he break something? He break his hand? Maybe not. He will break stuff. He'll get hurt. It's part of the game, and I respect my body quite a bit. I don't want to get hurt. Even when I weight train, I'm always, constantly checking because my cartilage in my shoulder clicks. I don't know if you could hear that, but it clicks because of cartilage from shoulder presses and stuff. I really, try to take care of my body. So that's that. What are your views on Obama? I'm Canadian, so it doesn't really matter. I don't care about Obama. I don't think, like I said before, money runs this world, not politics. You can argue if you want, but I disagree with you. I think money makes all the decisions, makes everything go, makes everything operate. Why did the U.S. go to war for the last, 9 years? Was it because of a president? Was it because of the military and money? I'd say it's because of the military and money. Other people might want to blame Bush, but I disagree. I don't think he had anything to do with it. When it comes down to it, the money, drives the decisions, in my opinion. Do you like Mortal Kombat? Yeah, I loved it. When I was younger, I used to love Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter's good too, but Mortal Kombat's the best. I love it. Yeah, I don't play it anymore though, but I used to like it a lot. What kind of weather you like? Well, I like everything for different reasons. Even in the wintertime, I go for runs in the winter. Like I'll run 5 kilometers in the snow, and people all look at me like I'm crazy, to be doing it. But I like all kinds of weather for different reasons. The summer obviously is probably the best. The spring's the best. A lot of fun because it's nice just to be out and stuff. It gives you energy, the sun, But I like the winter too, and running in the snow and stuff is fun too because I don't know. I actually run more in the wintertime. I think it's something to do with more psychologically that other people are doing nothing, so I feel like even more proud of myself when I go for runs. In the summer, I don't run as much as I do in the winter. It's a weird, psychologically, I'd have to perform some introspection to kind of figure out why I do that, but I think that's why. It's because I kind of like give myself like an ego boost because, oh, I'm doing this and no one else is doing anything. They're making excuses because there's snow on the ground. Man, I talk a lot. What are your thoughts on new James Bond versus old? I love all the James Bond stuff. The new stuff is awesome. I really liked Casino Royale. That was great. Last one was decent. I think the new guy who plays James Bond is awesome. He's really cool. I think he's great. A great actor, and he plays the role well. He's really well. Next question is, why don't you do a video about the new Avengers movies coming out? I'll probably do one about each of them. Actually, I will. So I'll address those later. Do you like weapons? Oh, well, I don't buy weapons or anything, but I mean, obviously, everyone likes weapons, I guess, but I don't collect them or anything. Weapon of choice. When I was in karate, I studied the bow, so the staff, layman terms, and that was my weapon of choice. I chose that because of its range, because of yeah, mostly its range and the techniques with it look very cool, and you can mess somebody up, man. If you know what you're doing with a bow, and even like with a broom or something. Give me a broom and give a guy a knife, and I could probably take him out pretty easily. Depending on what size knife. And but if he's trained with a knife, then forget about it. If you guys have seen guys train with knives, it's unbelievable. And also, too, guys with guns are actually overrated. In close combat, a guy with a knife versus a guy with a guy with a knife will win almost 8 times out of 10. Just because like you can run up to somebody and stab them before they can get a lock on you, or turn the safety off and actually shoot at you. So that's a little tidbit of information a lot of you might not know. But yeah, gotta be very careful with guys with knives. Give them your money if they ask for it. Don't try to fight them, because if the guy knows what he's doing with a knife, I don't care if it's the UFC heavyweight champion. If a guy's got a knife and he knows what he's doing, you know, it's not good. When will top 5 Shane's tribute video come out? I'm still working on that. I want to do it justice. I don't want to just do it. Some of my videos, I just do them, like this one. But I want to actually write for that video about a tribute to Shane. I will do it. I just probably pretty soon. I'll try to do it pretty soon. 3 more questions left. What did you want to be when you were a kid? What I am. I wanted to be working computers, and that's what I did. I also thought about becoming a psychologist because I love psychology, and I'm a great student. I can get A pluses if I need to, and I could do that if I wanted to, but financially, you know, putting in that extra money to go and do a PhD would just be like financial suicide. You know, some people say, oh, you make great money at that. You don't know that, man, because you get into it, you pay 100 grand for your degree, your PhD, but then after, you don't know what happens. You know, like if you get a job at a university, okay, yeah, you'll make great money there, but you'll be rich when you're 50. Whereas versus this way, if I just work my ass off now, I can be in like 3 or 4 years, could pay my house off instead of, you know, going to school, doing all that stuff, and then, you know, finishing school when I'm 30 something, you know, and having like 100 grand in debt. So I'd rather do it this way than do that. Plus, I think being a psychologist, it would be very hard because you're dealing with people that are messed up all the time. It's crazy. Hey, Trev, I think you should do a video about what would have happened if Andrew and Shane would have left the group like they said they were going to do. I think that'd be pretty interesting. I'll consider that. What's my favorite zombie movie? Day of the Dead. I did a top 5 favorite zombie movies countdown, so feel free to check that out. Wow, I can't believe it. I finished every single question, except for a couple, because the couple that I removed I had already answered in previous videos. So, like, when will The Walking Dead end? I did a video about it. You know, like a lot of other stuff, too. If people ask it, and I've already addressed it in videos, I'm not going to address it now because I already have. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me, if any of you guys who have watched most of these. My freaking jaw hurts from talking so fast for so long. Anyway, if you guys have any more questions, I may do a Q&A later, but this was a lot of work, so I don't know if I'm going to. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one later. I'm exhausted. Peace.